Hey, my name is Nicole Fiore, and I roller skate. You know the old school roller skates, 2 in front, 2 in back? Yeah, those ones. I'm gonna be teaching you how to roll and entertaining you along the way. Come roll with me. Today we are going to talk about posture. Posture is very, very important in skating. It is one of the most important things. It's actually one of the most important things in life. So let's make this a life lesson, not just a skating lesson. In your first private lesson with me, if you were ever to take one, you will learn this little trick to hunch over and roll your back all the way forward. So you're actually stretching your upper back and then roll it back up and down so that your shoulders are set back. So your shoulders should never really be uncomfortable. They should be not just normal, like normal sitting position, they should be back and in this position. So up like this. So I explain this differently for everyone. You can either think of lifting your boobs up, you can think of spreading your chest apart, you can think of tightening your upper back. That is a trick that I myself learned a few years too late. I used to only think of arching my back. That was the term we always used back in the day. Hi, Kevin. Anyway, so back when I was younger, we were always told to arch our backs. So I constantly thought of arching my back like this. So I would kind of push my butt out and then arch my lower back. But then my lower back started hurting quite a bit. So I realized that if I think of tightening my upper back, so like if I was literally to flex, are you done now? She doesn't like when I close it. So if I am to flex, like literally flex, and then rest my arms down and kind of like push them down like I'm pushing down on something, then that is the actual position I should be in for dance skating. So roll them back or flex and then push the hands down. Now, I used to get in trouble because I would leave my hands too high. I prefer hands being high than having them being low. Kevin, it's okay. It's okay, look. It's open. I do not like when people skate with their hands low like this at this angle. Ideally, it's out flat. Let me look in the mirror to make sure. Yeah, this is a decent position for dance skating. There's a lot to go over in this, so I'm sorry if I'm a little sporadic, but once I teach the rolling, settling like this, I do teach, this is the term I use, and I think I've used this before with you guys, but imagine that there is a string or something attached to your butt crack, the top of your butt crack, and you're pulling it up. So the top of your butt crack is going to be pulled up. So that's how I think of it. My hips shift a little back, they kind of push back in order to make that happen. However you need to think about it, whatever's comfortable, whatever works for you. This is just what works for me. So I think about that so that when I'm bending, my hips are in the right position. And then once the shoulders are rolled back or flexed, then my hands go out and then I'm in this position. Of course, your chin has to be raised a little bit like this. So this is good dance position, like this. When I was younger, I would arch a little too much. You don't want to strain your lower back. I cannot express that enough. You don't want to strain your lower back. So the more exercises you can do for your core and for your back, high, middle to lower back, all of it, that's very important in order to balance yourself out and not strain anything. Let's do that together. Let's bend, roll, and get into dance position. So the booty kind of gets lifted, you bend, the shoulders are rolled back, the arms go out, the chin is raised. So I'm one of those teachers that annoyingly text their students in the middle of the week like, hey, thinking of you, just a reminder, posture. And they're like in school and like, especially during this time when we've been at home sitting a lot, Your backs can really get used to being like this or being on your phone, your neck being like this. That actually hurts. So make sure you are paying attention. If this can serve as a reminder for that, then great, I'm glad. But you constantly have to think about it. It's not just skating. During skating, we especially think about it because obviously we're rolling. There are things that are going to make us do this. So you constantly want to be thinking of your posture. If you do tighten your abs as you do all of this, you will be able to hold yourself still a little more. If you wobble, it'll be like this instead of like, whoa. You never want your lower back to relax. You always want it to be in position, even if you are kind of wobbling, because the moment you let it relax, then your butt drops and you will fall forward or to the side or wherever. This might be TMI, but it might be a good note for some of you. I had my mom used to make my skating outfits, so I would never have her put a bra in my practice outfits so that it was just made tight, like very fitting, my practice dresses, and it would force me to keep my chest up like this. If you have a bra in your outfits, you might start to relax because your boobs are being held up from the bra. So then you don't have to worry about it as much, but I used to have her not put a bra on just so it would force me to skate up like this. Really? Get a Super 73 instead. Duh. I was a dance skater, so obviously I talk a lot about dance skating, but in every discipline of skating, your posture is important. Figures, when you're on that line, that is so important, and you get the best action shots from figures. A lot of people skate figures like this, looking down at the line. Obviously, yeah, you need to look down at the line, but I think it's really important to keep your chin as up as possible. Obviously not up like dance skating, but up enough and you look past your nose to look down at the line. Dance, very, very important to keep your chin up. Yes, your back needs to be in place, but then your chin needs to be up like this. Free dance, it's a mixture of everything. A lot of the turns I do teach to have your chin level so that it's not knocking you off balance to get the edge. On that note though, you can use your chin to make your edge harder. So like say I'm doing a left outer forward rocker. If I want to really show that outer edge backward, I can lift my chin this way or this way to show them that I am on a pure outside edge. Freestyle. A lot of freestylists that I teach get mad at me because I do care a lot about your posture and your appearance in freestyle. Now you guys understand with the footwork and everything, in order to get pluses, you do need to look good while doing it. Freestyle is very important to look good. Yes, the technique is obviously important. I'm not arguing that. However, you need to look good doing it. So, posture and appearance is very important now more than ever in freestyle. So, don't fight me on that. Obviously, jumping and everything like that, you don't want to be looking down. You want your chin pretty level for everything. So, say I'm going into a flip or a Lutz or whatever. You want your chin to be level as you stab, as you jump, everything. When you land, you can lift your chin if you're proud of what you've done. You never want your chin to be down going in or out of jumps. Precision, you guys need to talk about that. Any of those where it's a group effort, you need to acknowledge where your chins are going to be, because not just your steps need to be in sync, but the way you're looking, where you're looking, everything needs to be in sync. So very, very important. This is one of the most important things, and we don't talk about this enough because we're so worried about our edges and all of that that we forget, oh, they can see all of my body. It's not just my feet that they are worried about. The judges are looking at everything else. The technical committee, yes, they are looking at your feet. But the judges, in order to get those pluses, are looking at everything else. Okay, I get riled up about this one. Anyway, life. Okay, I swear by this, that if you enter a room, you want to look confident, obviously, right? So you really want to carry yourself in this way. Maybe not as extreme, obviously not as extreme as dance skating, but you want to be up and confident. You don't want to look not confident, right? I try to teach my skaters this from a very young age, that it's not just skating you need to do this in, it's life. So if you have an important meeting, you want to carry yourself high into that meeting. You want to stand tall. And me, as a short person, I am just over 5 feet. I do try to carry myself very tall. I try to extend my ribs up and I try to carry my chin high because I do want to look confident. Even if I'm not, even if I'm really doubting myself, I want to show the world that I'm not. So be confident if you can be. If you can't be confident, fake it. Practice that. Let me remind you of this. Just let this pop into your head every other day, at least. If you can, every day. Just a little reminder. Hey, posture. Bye. Well, wasn't that educational? Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel while you're at it. You know, if you want to learn how to be cool and not fall down so much. A guy got a motorcycle in my neighborhood during this whole quarantine business, and it's so loud and annoying. Okay, I think we're good. No, we're not. Okay,